Girl Sid, and I'm here at Comic-Con 2009, and we're talking to Jason Fry, creator of the Star Wars, the Clone Wars visual guide. How are you today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm loving every minute of this Comic-Con. What have you been up to at the con so far?
Well, I'm signing a couple of books. The latest Clone Wars visual guide from DK, which is not even out yet. We have them just here for people coming to the show. And I was also here, I'm the co-author of Star Wars The Essential Atlas from Del Rey, which comes out in August, and we gave 50 of those away to the people who came out to see us and signed those. And that was a lot of fun. So both these books have kind of escaped into the wild this week, and as a writer, I'm just hugely glad they're out there and people can actually read them.
That's going to be really exciting for you, especially at such a big event. Like, is it overwhelming?
Oh, it's always overwhelming. This is the second one I did, and all of last year, I think I mostly just, kind of wandered around like this. And,
shell-shocked, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And now this year I'm beginning to know my way around a little bit. But it's just always fun to see all the different tribes of folks who care about, anime or superheroes or space fantasy, and see them all, interacting really happily and getting along. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Earlier when we were setting up for all this, there was that little boy over here that was getting us the signed copy, and that was just warming my heart. That was adorable. So we were talking about the kids that come up, and what were you saying about the Clone Wars to the kids today? Well,
what I think is really great, I have a 6-year-old son myself, and the reason that he really loves Clone Wars is the same reason that I think a lot of kids do. That it's kind of his Star Wars. It's not something he has to, hear his dad talk about from 20 years ago. He can see the episodes when they're new, just like I can.
Yeah.
And he's on an equal footing, and it's his chance to really have a part of the saga that's his own. That's really nice to see.
That's awesome that it can span the generations, and it's something that parents can share with their kids, and that older kids can share with younger kids, and it's definitely something that brings the people together, no matter where they are in life. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, what would you like to show us from this book? Is there anything that's your particular favorite?
Well,
give us a little description of it.
One thing that's really wonderful about these books is, and one reason I really wanted to work with DK is, with DK, whether it's a book about ancient Egypt or Star Wars, all their books just have this wonderful, clean style, and so I was really excited to work with them, not just to tell Star Wars stories, which is always fun,
right,
but to just be part of these beautiful books. And I think this is my favorite spread from the book. This is Hondo Anaka's gang. They kidnap Count Dooku in the first season. And so, you just get this great rogues gallery, and then so they would give me the images, and it was my job to write text that went with them, and got to talk like a pirate and have a lot of fun, and even make up some of these names. There's really nothing cooler than being able to make up to get a character and say, that's so-and-so, and I named him that. That's just fantastic.
That's a lot of creative freedom that you have there as a writer, and as well as sort of just a creative mind. It's not just writing. You really get to delve into the characters. It's almost like actors getting to know their characters, so it looks like you get a lot of detail out of that.
Yeah, the folks at Lucasfilm are really great about that. They have defined these wonderful stories that the Lucasfilm people have written, but around the margins, they're wonderfully open to writers being able to be creative and come up with some new wrinkles on that. So that makes it a lot of fun to be part of that.
Yeah, that's nice, because a lot of licensing and a lot of big companies don't want you to have that creative freedom. They want to really nitpick every last detail, and that's really cool that you get that creative freedom. So what are you working on now, or what's the next project? What's coming up for you?
I've got a couple things that I'm working on that once the fun of Comic-Con is over, I'll have to have a lot of more late nights at the computer working away. But I'm working on an episode guide for Season 1 of the Clone Wars from Penguin, and that comes out in October. It should be a lot of fun. It's a really colorful book. It has not just synopses of the episodes and descriptions of the characters, but also a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff about how things were made, and some new material like we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is, like I said, the Essential Atlas is just out, and my co-author, Dan Wallace, and we spent literally 3-4 years working on this book, and it's just this giant map atlas history of the galaxy with
awesome.
4,400 planets placed in it, and we're just so excited that this book is out, and we'll see what people think of it.
That's awesome. That sounds so intricate. It's not just creating a whole little world. That's a whole universe of beings and races and things that, oh, that's just, I can't even fathom like working on stuff like that. It just seems so huge.
Neither can I. It was an absolutely insane project. There's no question about it. I think Dan and I were both very lucky that we didn't quite grasp how much would go into it. But now that it's finished, we're just thrilled that it actually happened. It was really a labor of love.
Yeah.
And and in the meantime, though, it's just wonderful being here and seeing the kids come out for the Clone Wars visual
They
guide.
keep walking by looking like, ooh. It seems like this is a major attraction. Like from over there are kids that are looking over here going, oh, Mom. They get so excited about it. You look like you're excited. Like just really excited.
It's Star Wars, and
Yeah.
I mean, any Star Wars story is always just huge fun to tell and retell and bring to new people.
Awesome. Now this may seem like an obvious question, just because we've been talking about Star Wars for the last 5-10 minutes. Other than Star Wars, what is it that you think makes you a nerd?
Well, there's no doubt that I am, as a guy who took 4,400 made-up planets and tried to figure out where they would go on a map. I mean, that's the thing I just really love, is taking really complex stuff and kind of figuring out how it all works together and how it fits. And if that's not nerddom, I don't know what is.
I was going to say that. I would say that would be the ultimate description of nerddom. I love it. Awesome. Now, is there anything you want to tell us about? Anything that you want to share with the Nerd Girl audience?
I would say just keep doing what you do, and you look around at Comic-Con, and this is an absolute proof that our way is the right way, and just keep what you're doing and enjoy it.
Our way is the right way as the stormtroopers show up. I'm a little worried I'm not going to make it out of here alive. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your signings and stuff to speak with us. We really appreciate it here at Nerd Girl.
Thank you very much.
It was very nice to meet you,
Nice to see
and
you.
hopefully we'll see you at next year's Comic-Con.
Hope so. Thank you.
That's it, guys. See you next time.